Hey guys, welcome to it. Home Sweet Home with me, Villafana, Cup of Joe. And we are here to bring you some more wonderful recipes as we hunker down in this very, very challenging period. Let's get things started. I'm so excited because I am a lover of pasta. I love pasta. So we're doing it all for the pasta today. It's about a pasta party. First, let's get our cup of inspiration out of the way, guys. I just want to start the show on that sort of positive, looking ahead, futuristic note. And this one is really very simple. You know, I read it. It was a phrase really used by Mahatma Gandhi. And I think it became famous through his notoriety. And it goes simply like this. The future depends on what you do today. The future depends on what you do today. Sometimes little sayings like that come to life and is more relevant sometimes now than it has ever been. And I think in this time that we currently live in this history that the world is now creating, we need to take responsibility for our future, for our children's future. Take responsibility. Social distancing, guys, will be with us for some time. Let's take responsibility and make sure that all of us are here to see a bright future. Cup of Inspiration brought to you by the folks of the National Gas Company, at the forefront of energy. Here's a little peek inside what's coming up on the show. It's a pasta party, baby. Welcome to my pasta party. I'm starting with something light and fresh, a nutty pasta salad with an array of nuts and grains from Regal Products. Then, I'm turning up the decadence with a creamy pasta topped with coconut, crusted salmon, dairy powdered milk used in both my creamy pasta sauce as well as my salmon. And Chef Cheryl has all you vegetarians covered with a tempting Baigan Choka pasta. So sit back and relax. Let the pasta party begin. It's time to roll out some recipes at home, sweet home.
Through every athlete we have inspired, and each youth whose heart is lifted. Through the patriotism engendered across the nation, and the hope and comfort shared where needed most. Through the belief held in the potential of our people. To aspire to greatness and achieve much more, NGC's purpose is fulfilled. And our own impressive growth finds new meaning as we invest in the energy of human potential.
Hey guys, welcome inside the Cup of Joe kitchen, my second home. We have been here, as I said, really spending some time just thinking about what we could do, what we can't do. And we decided just to spend the time here and roll out some recipes that you can try at home. Yeah, Marilla and I, we've been busy at work and coming up with some little recipes that, yeah, in your pantry, you have. So, a pasta party is something that just sounds right to me. I remember back in the day, there was a restaurant called Villafana, and that probably not everyone will know about it, especially the younger folk. But they started something many years ago, called a pasta night. And it was just an array of wonderful pastas and different sauces. And I was a young guy just looking for things to eat and places to go. And I just loved to go to there on a weekend and just enjoy an array of pastas. Pasta really is something that you can get in all shapes and sizes, guys. Of course, spaghetti, macaroni, kind of what we are familiar with here. But you can really get experimentative there. There's a nice bow tie pasta that we'll be using today. It's kind of pretty and and you know, it's nice on the eye. It's a bow tie pasta. What am I doing today? Simply called a nutty pasta salad. Why nutty? Because I'm using an array of Regal nuts. Regal has an array of nuts, guys, that I want to just show you how simple it is. I have some pumpkin seeds, some sliced almonds, and some pecans, and I'm just really going to toast up these a little bit. So just about a handful each. So I have the pumpkin seeds, and let me get some sliced almonds in there. Now when you toast these nuts, it kind of releases a lot of the nice oils and flavor. It takes the nuts and the flavor of nuts to an entirely different level. And so toasting the nuts before you put it into the salad, I don't think it's optional, mandatory. It doesn't take long at all. You actually start smelling it right away. You start smelling all the wonderful oils from the nuts. I have that there, toasting up nicely. I could take off the fire now and just leave it there, allow the heat to do its thing. While that's doing its thing, I'm going to put together my nutty pasta salad. So as I told you, using the bow tie pasta that I have here today, really it's as I said, it's a pretty pasta that especially for things like salads and pasta salads where you're doing either a creamy or a vinaigrette. These pretty shapes, there's so many pretty shapes now. Experiment. We are accustomed to spaghetti and macaroni, yes, but I like to experiment sometimes with different shapes. And get into my bowl. Yeah, simple pasta salad. Most of us do a creamy pasta salad. Today I'm doing a vinaigrette pasta salad where it's going to be not creamy but a nice vinaigrette that's going to toss everything together. I have some corn straight out of the can, guys, that I'm adding straight in here. I have tomatoes that I chopped up. There is no science or no maths in this. Out of the can, some black beans. And really, as I said, I like color. So when I see a dish, you eat with your eyes, and I only really understood that when I was cooking and started to cook and recognized, hey, you really get attracted by something with how it looks. So the black beans really is for that jump of color. And yeah, and you mix that together. At this stage, I could probably just do a little salt and pepper. And you don't want to overseason at this stage because my vinaigrette really is full of flavor and seasonings. So this guy that I made here really is some vinegar, some white wine vinegar, honey, mustard, some olive oil, and really some garlic as well that I put in there. I just whipped them up and very flavorful. Salt, pepper, there's a little hot pepper sauce in there as well, just for that little kick in the salad. It's really now just take this vinaigrette and pour. So I learned this is a little trick. When you see you pouring, you really pour to the edges, and it allows you then to mix in everything kind of together. So at this stage, you kind of just mix together and make sure everything is kind of nicely coated. One of the good things about this dish, if you are, well, not that we can be entertaining now, but if you're doing it for lunch or, you know, like dinner, you can do this early on in the day. The longer this sits, the better, because yeah, the vinaigrette and the dressing will kind of get to know each other, the pasta, all the ingredients, and it will get a lot more intense and tasty once you leave it there to sit. Now for the star of the show. As this is here, I am just adding now the nuts straight in there. It's nice and toasted, and you're smelling that nutty flavor. So what this also does is gives you a difference in terms of when you put it into your mouth. Nice crunch together with the peas and the pasta and the tomatoes. It gives that nice little crunch. You just really mix in. You're hearing that nuts, those hot nuts sizzling. Now that looks kind of lovely and pretty. And just like that, you can have a pasta salad ready to go. Now I got some butter lettuce. I'm really boasting about this because this butter lettuce is a locally made butter lettuce. Hydroponics, I think, is a real big thing now and doing some wonderful things right here at home in TNT. And I think across the Caribbean as well. But this is butter lettuce that's grown locally. Support local, guys. It's a fantastic, nice lettuce that you can try. So simple like that. All you do is you pile on some, get some nice pasta salad all over there. My nuts. And you can experiment with the nuts, guys. Any kind of nuts you have. You can use peanuts, any kind kind of nuts you have, try it, toast it. It really does give the salad just that different element of feel, and you wouldn't believe the flavor that it adds to a salad like this. Yes, you can do it all creamy and nice as well, but I was feeling for something light and fresh and healthy to start my day with. Guys, try this recipe. Simple, good one. It's good. My nutty pasta salad. Thanks to the folks at Regal for making it possible, and an entire array of wonderful Regal nuts to make this pasta that much better. Home Sweet Home is brought to you by Regal Products. Still to come, the creamiest pasta topped with sumptuous coconut crusted salmon will have you coming back for more. And later, Chef Cheryl-Ann Shortt-Charles has the vegetarians covered. She is whipping up pasta with eggplant. Your Fit Tip brought to you by Dairy the Milky Milk.
Hey guys, I'm back with Cup of Joe with another Fit Tip at Home workout. Today we're going to be doing a version of a caterpillar. Now a caterpillar is you walk out and you keep walking till you reach to the finish system. But today we're going to do everything right in our living room, where we're going to do one caterpillar, which is basic, and one caterpillar that's advanced. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the basic version of caterpillar, where we're going to walk out, enter our burpees, and back up. And we're going to do that for 20 counts. Now this is the advanced caterpillar, where we're going to add a push-up at the beginning of the burpees and at the end of the burpees. So we're going to walk out, push-up, burpees, push-up, and back out. And basically we're going to be doing 3 sets of 20. And that's it for today. We're going to be working our entire body. Stay safe, stay home, and stay fit.
Your Fit Tip brought to you by Dairy the Milky Milk. Alright guys, continuing on, our second recipe today is all about a decadent dish that I really do like. Pasta and salmon. When you do this for dinner, restaurant style, baby, I'm going to be using dairy powdered milk in the 2 dishes. I'm using the skimmed milk in a real delicious crumble that I'm going to put on my salmon. And in my pasta, I'm really creating almost an Alfredo type of creamy vegetable dish. It's just I'm not using cheese. It's really the star of the show is about the dairy milk used in this creamy pasta. So my creamy vegetable pasta, guys, that I'm going to top with a wonderful coconut crusted salmon. Can't wait. Let's get cracking. Very simple. Some steps here, so follow me. I have some cooking to do. I'm going to get my stove on here first of all, and I'm going to start to create the crumble, a nice little crumble that will go over my salmon. And it's a bit of a real kind of creative dish that I came up with. So I just have some coconut flakes here, guys. Some coconut flakes out of the pack, really simple. And I'm toasting up these flavors together. So I'm getting my coconut flakes, and this happens very quickly. So this you gotta just work with it very quickly. Coconut flakes. Get that toasted first. To the coconut flakes, I am going, as I told you, with my skimmed dairy, and it's just about a 1/3 cup of skimmed dairy that I'm just liberally sprinkling all over there. I want to just toast this up very quickly. It kind of comes together, as I said, very quickly once you start getting it on the pan. I'm getting that nuttiness, that lovely milky milk flavor that you can only get from dairy powdered milk. Once you start seeing those brown bits coming together there, you know it's ready and getting ready to probably add some of the other ingredients, and you're smelling that wonderful flavor. To that, guys, I just have some panko breadcrumbs. You could use any breadcrumbs. Panko breadcrumbs, I think, is Asian. I think it's used a lot in Japanese cooking. But that panko breadcrumbs really will then kind of give that nice texture to the crumble that you're looking for. And you mix in the panko breadcrumbs, everything is kind of just coming together nicely and smelling wonderful. I just really want to add a little Parmesan cheese to that. Just a little Parmesan cheese and mix that in together. You're seeing all the like nice brown bits. That's the flavor, guys, that we want. At this stage, I could season it up a little. I have some paprika that I just probably would want to add some paprika there. I also have fresh thyme that I picked this morning. And my final touch to this, before I take off my stove, is some olive oil. I really just want a sprinkle of olive oil there for it to all come together. I have a coconut crust that's going to go over my salmon a little later. So that's done. So I can quickly now get the lovely piece of salmon that I have here. And to this salmon, I really just want a light salt and pepper. Must season your protein. And I want to now put some olive oil over the salmon. Very important step here, guys, because you want the salmon, the mixture to adhere. So you gotta oil the salmon up properly. Olive oil is so wonderful. It is one of those oils that I said has a lot of flavor when cooking. So you can use olive oil. I think the Italians drink olive oil, not so? Yeah, they drink it. So very, very simple. And to that now, hope I can touch. Yeah, I can touch. So I really now just want to sprinkle this guy all over here. Make sure it adheres nicely. So the difference I tell you here is when you bite, you're gonna taste that powdered milk toastiness, that little nuttiness that you'll want to know, where am I getting that little flavor from? And it's really the powdered milk that toasted up nicely with the coconut flakes. The Parmesan cheese will add its own little specialness to it. Let me just wash my hands quickly. Because the final touch here, guys, is just a little more olive oil over this. And this goes in the oven and bakes. I just want to put it in here. See if I can get this mat to slide in here nicely. I can. Bam. And I'm going to bake this guy for just about no longer than 15-20 minutes. People tend to really kind of overcook salmon, which is one of my pet peeves. I don't like overcooked salmon at all. Quickly, so we're moving on to the second part of the dish. I tell you, this is a restaurant style dish, so work with me. I am going to create a pasta dish. Pasta is the star of the show, guys. I have some spaghetti as well as some linguine. I kind of mix two pastas together. Remember I told you I like to play with my pasta a little bit, so I mix spaghetti and linguine. They're very similar. I think when you look at the linguine, it's probably just a little square. Yeah, it has a square finish, and the spaghetti has a circular finish. Yeah, but they can go well together. That's what I had, so I'm using it. Whatever in the pantry, in the cupboard that you have, you make do. So I have a combination. Let's get my pasta started. So what I'm going to do is create a cream sauce, and a very simple cream sauce. I did it early on the show, a very simple vegetable type cream sauce. I'm building on that, and the difference is using, as I said, some powdered milk. So the first thing I'm doing is getting some butter. Base of the cream sauce is butter. So I get some butter and I start melting that butter. Right, once the butter kind of melts there, I'm going to start adding my vegetables. I start with some onions. Half cup of onions goes in there. Very kind of important that you kind of allow the onions to spend a little minute there by themselves doing its thing. Onions is really where all the flavor sometimes just kind of pops and does its wonderfulness. So I kind of allow the onions to cook in this butter. Once it starts to get transparent, almost opaque like, I can add my peppers. So I add another half cup of peppers. Yeah. At this stage I can salt and pepper. Right, this seasoning layers, a little salt, a little pepper. What I like to add here actually, guys, is some good old Trini green seasoning. There is nothing like Trini green seasoning, you know. I mean, when when you whip up Trini green seasoning, to me, you don't have to put anything else in there. It kind of takes care of all the kind of nice flavors that you need. So that green seasoning kind of seasons up that butter mixture there. To that, I have some mushrooms. For those of you who know me, guys, I use mushrooms in everything. So everything kind of mixes together here. Make sure all your vegetables are cooked nicely. Just a little, as I said, just paprika. Paprika gives it some sort of nice little, a little spark, I think, sometimes in most dishes. Once that is happening there, you then make what they call a roux. You add about 2 tablespoons of flour to this butter vegetable mixture and you mix it together. This is what the chefs call the beginning of a bechamel sauce, which is really like a cream sauce. It doesn't look pretty, but this is what you want. You want the flour and the butter to mix up. It's called a roux. And then you add some liquid. But before I add the liquid, the cream that I'm using is dairy powdered milk. And I'm going full cream here because I really want that creaminess. So this is really where the little trick is. Instead of adding milk or heavy cream, guys, I have dairy powdered milk that I'm adding to it and getting it all combined. Once it's combined in there, I have some stock, whichever stock you have, whether it's vegetable, chicken stock, yeah, whatever stock you have. I have 2 cups here, so I want to add about a cup. Because what this then does is that this stock will come together with all the lovely creaminess in there with the dairy powdered milk and form a lovely, delicious cream sauce. So guys, no milk here. This is dairy powdered milk that's using here to create this wonderful cream sauce. So I add all here now and just allow it to thicken up. The roux is what the flour, the butter will thicken this guy up. Just in about 2 to 3 minutes you give it and it thickens up nicely. At this stage it's time to add my pasta, and it's really just to add it in. I don't like to just dump all. I just want to see sometimes how that amount of pasta kind of, because the pasta will drink up this sauce, you wouldn't believe. And I don't like it overly dry and sticky. And this is what you're looking for, kind of thing. Nice and saucy. I can add some more pasta to that now based on what I'm seeing. So I'll just add a little more of my spaghetti and linguine mix. Guys, sometimes at this stage, just for good measure, you could season, because the pasta, as I said, you could just season with some salt and pepper and some paprika that I have here using my spices today. I have some fresh rosemary, guys. Fresh herbs you use just at the last minute, and it really just brings out that little extra delicious bite. This is the texture and the consistency you're looking for. And it's ready now just to get that lovely pasta with all the lovely vegetables that you created there as well. Oh, creamy and delicious. This is restaurant style, baby. So I have my salmon that I just want to get rested on top of there. Just for the final touch, I have some chopped tomatoes that I will just drizzle over my pasta and my salmon. You put this on your dinner table, and yeah. Dairy powdered milk, the milky milk, used in both my creamy pasta sauce as well as my salmon, as that wonderful nice coconut crumble. My vegetable pasta salad topped with a delicious salmon that's coconut crusted. Try this recipe, guys. Check out our YouTube channel, Cup Joe Caribbean. This is Home Sweet Home, and this is the type of dishes you could try. Your health tip brought to you by Dairy, the milky milk.
Hi, I just finished a great workout and I'm now heading over to my kitchen. Let's see what I'm making for lunch. Okay, so in my fridge I found some chana which I had pressure cooked. So what I did is I chopped up my little kale. If you don't have kale and you have any other type of herbs that can work, as well as spinach or perhaps broccoli, pak choy, any of those things would work. I had some little celery. I just chopped it up nicely to give it some nice color and flavor. The tomatoes I just diced up into little chunks like this. And I also had basil from my garden. So I'm going to put together this with the chana. First of all, I am heating my skillet to see it's already heating. I'm going to add in the olive oil, followed by my celery, some chana. Add in a little bit of salt, here I have some seasoning. It's just basically parsley, a little garlic in it. I also would like to use a little bit of chili powder. And from there I'm going to put in my tomatoes. Add in some of my kale. The kale will kind of wilter, so you can add in a good little handful or two in there. And then just give it a stir. You can add in some black pepper, more seasonings, perhaps some more sea salt, some more olive oil for it. So I hope this dish inspires you to go into your pantry, pull out whatever tin of beans you have, whatever fresh ingredients you have, and create a simple and nutritious dish like this.
Home Sweet Home comes to you courtesy Dairy, the milky milk. So guys, it's time to head over to Chef Cheryl-Ann Shortt-Charles and her kitchen to see what she's up to. The pasta party continues, and I think she's got all you vegetarians covered. Chef?
Hi everybody, how is everybody doing? I hope that you're still having fun, and we are going to do today a pasta dish. Now, I'm going to give it a little twist because, you know, normally when we buy melangen or eggplant, which one you prefer, you may cook it down, or my favorite is to roast it on the stove and make some Baigan Choka. So I'm going to take that same Baigan Choka and put it in some pasta for you today and give it a little twist. So we're going to start off by sauteing some garlic and onion. Right? And you want it to sweat a little. You want it until, you know, you start to get that aroma. I also have here some sauteed down tomatoes and pepper, sweet pepper. I'm going to add it there. And my Baigan that I roasted on the stove. So it's basically almost everything that you would put into the choka when it's finished is what we have in our pot here. And we're going to put a little, season it up a little bit, put a little salt, black pepper, and toss that. How about we put a little chili flakes in there? Spice them up a little, spice them up a little. Alright? Now to this, I'm going to add some penne pasta. So we're all done. See how quick that was? There we go. And I'm going to finish it off with a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese on top of there. And here's to you, Joel. From my kitchen to yours.
Home Sweet Home is presented by the National Gas Company, at the forefront of energy. I love any reason to party, so a pasta party, and I'm there. You gotta try my Nutty Pasta Salad. It's light, refreshing, and a real healthy bite. I think any restaurant will be proud of this dish. My creamy vegetable pasta with a coconut crusted salmon. Yeah, that plate looked good. And the vegetarians are all covered. Please try Chef Cheryl's Baigan Choka pasta. Check out our YouTube channel and subscribe at Cup of Joe Caribbean for all our recipes. Roll out a recipe and enjoy at home sweet home.